back, everyone. It is Team Leviathan versus Blue Pikachu. I am Reddit, and joining me is Halberd.
Hey, it's good to be back. Which, for what might be our final game of the night, I'm kind of sad it's actually gone so quickly. Had so much fun. So hopefully Blue Pikachu will give us this one back, and they're starting off with a pretty solid draft so far. I mean, I like the fact that they picked up the Night Stalker. I think we've seen it banned, but no one really picking it up. It is in fact one of the most played heroes at the moment. So there's always a good reason for that, right? But okay, Bloodseeker gets picked up. You know, never mind.
Yep. Well, Nature's Prophet. Well, okay. So let's just go through the bans quickly. Once again, Veno being banned out, Lich being banned out. First phase ban from Blue Pikachu is Jenkins. Well, you know, Jenkins is Enchantress, the offlane Enchantress, as well as the Necro being banned out after that. Nature's Prophet picked up Night Stalker, Witch Doctor, followed up by Jakiro and Bloodseeker. Next bans were the Viper, Batrider, Puck, as well as the Spirit Breaker. You don't want to give the Spirit Breaker as well as the Nature's Prophet to the same team. The charge will be there. Nature's Prophet will just TP in. You do have right now the likes of the Bloodseeker that could also just chase very far. But I like this Witch Doctor pick. Sure, it's a first phase pick, which in my honest opinion, I'd probably pick it up fourth, because it's not really a hero that gets banned a lot or gets, you know, seen a lot inside of these kinds of drafts. But with a Witch Doctor there, it does give a little bit more damage to Blue Pikachu, and they did lock that. They did lack that in game one, and they lacked a lot of lockdown. And sure, Witch Doctor isn't guaranteed lockdown, but it's irritating lockdown.
Can I just say that I'm glad you said that, because it's something very important that everyone needs to know, right? Is that somehow Witch Doctor is going to cast Paralyzing Cask, and it's going to hit me, like in real life. It's going to come through my screen, it's going to hit in the face by a little coconut thing, and you're going to hear me swearing in the background, and you know the people won't be happy about that. But literally,
PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, coming through from the
it's
many
so
times
bad.
you've
It's
been coconutted to the
just,
face.
That smells broken, right? Like there's a coder somewhere there at Valve who's just sitting there like rubbing his hands, like I'm gonna make this spell just hit all players who have like H in their nickname more consistently. I mean, literally, it's the worst thing in the world. But anyways, moving right along, I also want to point out that I feel like Enchantress also has the wrong voice actress, because it should sound more like something like Bloodseeker or something, which is ominous and evil, because it was not jolly, not happy. And I think it's a perfectly fine ban out from Blue Pikachu, because it's actually a really irritating off-laning hero to deal with. It's just, you know, untouchable just makes it really horrible. And when you pick up that Satire at level 1 and you just become Roshan for a minute, it's really not cool. So yeah, interesting. But the Omni-Knight's quite an interesting one as well. I
like this draft though. I like this draft a lot better than the game 1 draft. They still lack lockdown. Leviathan don't. They have the Earth Spirit. Sure, it's not targeted lockdown. They have a Jakiro. It's more control between the Earth Spirit and the Jakiro. But Blue Pikachu really lacked some kind of control, some kind of CC in game 1. And they still do.
Well, that depends. How many, I mean, so many H's are in, there's actually no H's. We're okay here, right? Because there's not a single H on the Team Leviathan squad.
Not a name that starts with an H, but...
Oh, there is an H. Sorry, Kenshiro, in fact.
And Yushai?
Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's late here. It's late here.
Hey, don't use that excuse. I used that excuse yesterday way too many times. I was busy complaining when I was casting at 7 AM in the morning. It's only 4:30. I'm awake. I'm ready for this. 2 H's. So we're going to be seeing Yushai and Kenshiro just constantly being coconutted up. The thing here, though, is if Blue Pikachu can get a good start on that Omni Knight, if Omni Knight can actually get up enough items, get up his Radiant, he will have a Night Stalker to help him as well. Followed up by a Witch Doctor, the extra heal, the stun coming through. Okay, I like this drop from Blue Pikachu a lot more than in game 1. They have Burst, they have Sustain with Omni and Witch Doctor, they have Vision with the Night Stalker, and they have control. They have the Witch Doctor, they have the Lina. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like they lack a little bit of... I mean, because they have stun, right? So they have the sale, but they seem to lack a little bit of synergy. I'm just not really seeing it right now. I mean, you have your Night Stalker that's going to apply a lot of pressure, and you have fairly strong laning heroes, but then you have an Omni Knight, which is not really a like a fantastic pressure hero, if that makes sense. You don't really expect an Omni Knight to be able to like gang around easily and cause a huge amount of threats, especially not against the type of heroes they picked up. I mean, the Earth Spirit, for example.
Yeah, but Omni's job is just to stay in lane, farm up, literally not die, just get a bunch of gold, and then start being that presence where you can't really kill the Omni, and the longer the Omni stays alive, the more damage you do.
10 seconds remaining.
Offlane
I
Omni, I like it.
I hear you, right? But when I look at the lineup from Leviathan, once again, I tend to see a strategy that is more obvious and that seems to play out.
Okay, you're not allowed to hope Leviathan wins. We won a game 3 here.
I'm backing blue Pikachu here, right? I'm literally going to start casting Thunderbolts and stuff in the background, blue ones at that. But I
open your Pokemon Go app.
I don't play Pokemon Go, and if you play Pokemon
okay,
Go,
guys, I'm gonna be muting Pelbird right now for the remainder of the cast. It is gonna be a solo cast from me.
It's a bad game, okay? You want a good game? Dota's a good game. It's complex and it has a lot of shiny things going on.
Well, especially when there's a Razor. You spoke about blue Thunderbolts, and then they picked up a Razor.
It's a gift, really.
Okay. Yep. Anyway, guys, BSJ is going to be playing the Razor here. Sammy Boy and the Bloodseeker. Some people on stream saying it's not Nusha, it's Nushi. Guys, please excuse our pronunciation. I do apologize for that. But either way, Nusha, Nushi. It says SHY, so shy. I don't know, I guess. Jakiro, and what was the other hero there? Nature's Prophet? Yep.
Yeah.
Can Jenkins do as much with the Nature's Prophet that he did with the Enchantress?
I don't see him getting a 2 minutes phase boots again, so I'm not so certain that will be the case. But, you know...
Well, he started off with brown boots again, so...
Okay, so in fact he may in fact get a 2 minutes phase boots again, and perhaps he will in fact be just irritating. He does have it queued up as well, so... Commentator's curse is real. It's a real thing. It's a disease that us casters suffer from. So, but now it's just confused, right? Because now I've kind of agreed and disagreed. So who knows?
You're confusing me. I don't know.
It's a mystery now.
Guys, like I said, I'm going to be solo casting. I'm joking. Let's have a quick look here, guys. This is hopefully not our final game of the night. We're going to be having some fun while casting this. To be honest, I really enjoyed game 1. It's a pity about the network that dropped there for a couple of minutes, but everything seems to be back on track, back okay. So let's have a look. Blue Pikachu here, they're busy wrapping around, and with this lineup, they actually have a lot of kill potential here with the Chaos Knight, as well as the Night Stalker and the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor's gone for the Coconuts as well to start off with. Seems like they will actually get this bounty run.
Yeah, it's similar to what we saw in some of the previous games. Just yeah, so you know you have your offlane, and this is pretty interesting.
I want to bring this up. Hold on. The Omni Knight is actually waiting all the way back here because he doesn't want to be scouted out by the Treants to actually show the lanes that they're going to be running. And having a safe lane Omni Knight with an aggro try coming up here, this might actually just surprise Blue Pikachu Leviathan a little bit.
I think they may get another surprise. The save is hoping to get a little bit of action early on, hoping that Curry will pass him by.
Well, standing here, it's a Witch Doctor. You don't really have a lot of damage, but Jenkins, Jenkins running around, not going to scout out save.
No, he's not. Interesting. This is your safe lane. So they're actually done a very good job of predicting these lanes, right? Because your Nature's Prophet, who would have been safe lane, is nowhere near there. Now he's going to have some problems because obviously the rotations will come in fast and furious, and Elrin has shown to be quite aggressive, but dodging it quite well early on.
Yeah. CK though getting a free farming lane up, he'll be very happy with this. Night Stalker busy moving in towards the middle lane just to try and do a bit of damage here onto the Bloodseeker. Try and just harass him out due to the Earth Spirit doing exactly that in the middle. However, Save just dodging the ball, it is actually getting late. Dodging the rolling boulder there, and Save is going to be the first one to drop the coconuts. Yep. Wait, did it actually hit Jenkins?
It hit everybody.
It hit everyone there. Unfortunately, AD might be in a bit of trouble himself. He is taking a lot of harassment. Okay, guys, this is just going to be a full-on 5v5 mid, it seems like. Not really, but like a full try-v-try mid.
I'll take it. But
It's going to be an interesting game.
yeah, so Sammy's going to be a little bit careful here. If he does get caught up by the coconut, followed up with the light striker, he likely just dies. He's obviously going to try farm his way up. He only has the fairy fire at the moment to rely on to get him out of trouble.
Does Witch Doctor go for a full-on Cask and Maledict build here?
I mean, generally you would do that kind of build if you think you're capable of getting kills, right? So the way that they're playing so aggressively, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he does do that.
Oh, there's a stun onto the Bloodseeker. There's no coconut close by, unfortunately. The problem here with the Bloodseeker is, sure, AD is doing quite a lot of damage onto him, but he's just going to heal it up the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to get to a point where you out-level the Bloodseeker. That's the best way to deal with it, because you can actually just do more damage than he can heal up at that point, really. Just consistently able to toss it out, so it is a very frustrating lane to play up against, especially when you just see all your hard work, all your mana spent. Oh, sorry, top lane.
Yeah, I'm busy, folk. I've been watching this all the way. It's been a very, very, very long road to try and get this kill. And sure, it's not first blood, but they'll take it. Oh, and it's a smoke. Level 2 is up on the Witch Doctor. He is not skilled up anything just yet. Let's see if they can get a kill on the Bloodseeker. They have to try and start off with... There's not a lot of mana here up on the Lina, but the Lina is busy bottling herself up. There you go. Here comes the wraparound. Is it going to be a coconut? Is it the level 1 Maledict as well as a coconut? Where's the coconut going to bounce to? Is it going to bounce all the way back? It is. There's a Maledict level as well. Bloodseeker is going to drop from this. Maledict charge. Not even needed. The right click coming through from the Lina. Blue Pikachu. I like this. This starting off well.
It definitely a better look to the previous matchup. I mean, the Omni Knight in top lane is certainly not having the best time of his life.
I haven't even looked at top so far. So it is BSJ here up on top as well as the Jakiro helping him. And sure, the Omni is not going to do... Let me just open up the Lost Hits. And I mean, it's 2 minutes in. I haven't opened that up. Oh, hold on quickly, Sammy boy. He is busy diving the Lina right now. Showing no respect.
Yeah, a very dangerous move as well. You know, especially when you're playing up against the likes of a Night Stalker. Basically, something who's roaming and could very easily be nearby. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So he scouted out that he was safe to do so, but certainly would have been a nice pick off there. But like, really good job just putting a lot of pressure on this Lina early on with the melee heroes. Never easy.
Well, Nature's Prophet coming in right now as well. They want to get a kill onto the Witch Doctor. These stuns are coming through. He actually managed to get a good stun as well as a Maledict of the Earth Spirit. Might pay for his life. Pause 5 for a pause 4. Blue Pikachu, they're going to be okay with this start.
Yeah, this is much, much healthier. Once again, although Leviathan completely own this top lane at the moment, you know, it's an Omni Knight that's still going to find some farm, some experience, and even if he is a little bit behind, it's not the end of the world. Where in the last matchup, it was really your go-to guy that was far behind.
Problem is, if they actually manage to get a kill here onto the CK busy trying to heal himself up. Can they get this kill? There is no boulder smash. There is nothing. However, Alren is coming in, trying to deny up the chase from the Earth Spirit. And Jenkins also doesn't get the kill. Now they want to turn around. Nishai might be a bit low, but he does have a rolling boulder if he has to get away. Unfortunately, there's just no further support. And Alren might just pay for this with his life. He is... Oh, the courier actually going very deep in. And they do back off. They do back off.
Yeah, Nice are very, very, very tanky, so it's quite hard for even a phase boost to bring him down this early on without too much follow-up or too much like want to engage at night.
Was this a 2-minute fear on phase boots though? That is the question.
I didn't check, but he did start with the brown boots. He did go over the jungle, and he didn't seem to have it the first time I looked at him. So it may just be a 2-minute phase boots again, which is just funny. But yeah, I think Jenkins was definitely the MVP for the last game. So if he can, you know, bring anything near the last performance he had, they'll be in a very good position. Because although he's occupying that safe lane at the moment, obviously your Razor is really the one that you're looking for a lot of farm on. He's had a very uncontested lane at the moment. He's sitting at 31 for 10. CK, although he is getting a lot of support in the bot lane, is sitting behind him at 27 for 10. So he's got the advantage. But I do question how well
they're busy going on to save right now. However, save does have a coconut. Is he going to pop this coconut? Is it actually going to be able to do anything? No, a good boulder smash coming through, managing to stun them up. Save is not in range for a coconut. That would have been a sick one if he could have got it there. It would have been just constantly bouncing back and forth. Nothing happening up, but Jenkins, he's busy TPing. Where is he going? All the way back to base. I thought he might have been going towards top. Okay, nothing happened. Continue with your analysis.
Well, I was just going to say that although the Razor is getting quite a nice advantage by having this not unoccupied lane, but certainly a lane where you would BSJ took a lot of damage from that tower.
He's
like
still tanking the tower.
That was he wasn't full HP, by the way. That is literally just power damage.
And while that's happening, middle lane, we might see an engage. No, okay, no, sorry, I thought they were going to go on. Save actually showed himself, so Sammy Boy knows they're there. TP support's coming in, and there you go, onto the Bloodseeker. It's a level 2 Maledict, or only a level 1 Maledict up, but still a Laguna Blade to the face. And is there any Coconut? Coconut was already used here, up by save. AD busy TPing out right now, and they don't have enough to actually kill him. So this is literally hit and run Dota coming in from Blue Pikachu.
Yeah, nice calm play there from AT. He really did just, hold his nerve, just like, okay, I can just walk, I can just TP out of this one as long as I don't mess around, and they managed to kill and get out of harm's way. So finally I'm going to get to say this, surely, maybe.
Hold on that, no, I'm joking.
Well, anyways, the thing is, I'm just really concerned about how the Rays are going to hold up against CK later on. I mean, he's basically a hero that works in like reducing the capability of your opponent's right-clicking carries. Obviously,
just like middle lane right now, another Coconut as well as a Maledict. Is there enough damage to actually get the kill onto the Bloodseeker? Of course there is. Killing spree up on the leader. Back to your point about the Razor and the CK. So I get that, but
good against CK because CK has illusions that still do damage.
Yes,
right, there we go.
But Razor at least gets free damage from the CK because CK normally doesn't go out. Oh, quickly, there's an engagement onto the Omni Knight. Not going to do anything. He just repels himself, TP's out. So yeah, sure, it sort of goes both ways. CK can kill a Razor, but if CK doesn't target the Razor, it's free damage onto the main CK.
Oh no, sure. I mean, there's certainly the capacity for him to fight back, and he has definitely got enough. Think like Sprout, right? That's really just free damage. Just Sprout somebody, just like Razor, please attach yourself to this target and receive bacon. But it just comes down to the fact that CK, if he phantasms before he gets caught out, he does so much damage anyways. He won't care too much about it.
Well, Jenkins is in quite a bit of trouble. Oh, do they have anything they've done? There's a Quelling Blade. What was happening there? Did he?
It wasn't cooldown. I'm not sure if he clicked on one of the trees around it, or just didn't get the right tree, but it was actually in cooldown.
Keep in mind, though, I honestly feel that Razor can just take control of this game if they don't shut him down early enough, though. Because if he gets items up, he'll... Razor, to be honest, is a tank. And sure, they have a lot of damage, but they need to pop that damage onto quite a few other heroes. Let's have a quick look here. There is a big... Well... There's an ultimate coming through, flying through the Rupture onto Lina. Lina's still running around, trying to get healed up here by the Witch Doctor, going in for that level 1 heal. Lina is still alive for a while, but eventually does drop a nice save. He wants to try and pull the creeps away, just to deny himself. Is it actually going to happen? Nope.
No such luck.
Sammy Boy getting that. I was getting tongue-tied on that fight because it just, yeah.
It was a valiant attempt to deny himself, but in the end... Well, the kill went to who it was most deserved. But whilst we debate the CK issue, he's actually ahead on net worth on the Lightning Rift, so it's a really decent position for him to be in right now. And I kind of feel like Blue Pikachu have the advantage here just based on the composition. I know it's that you're... Hey, hold on a second. Weren't you reprimanding me earlier for...
I was like waiting for you to actually ask that. So, of course, we want Blue Pikachu to win here, and we're allowed to be a little bit biased in regards to wanting them to win so that we can get a game 3. However, looking at this Razor, sure, he's not, he's a couple 100 gold behind the CK. The problem is this Razor can take control of this game. I'm just saying that. I still think, I still hope Blue Pikachu win, and I think if they actually get a good lead, they can. The problem is Leviathan actually has the lead currently. In regards with gold, Blue Pikachu had the lead in experience by 500.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit misleading as well, because if one looks at how Scrooge McDuck, what a fantastic name, was operating, he wasn't really trying to find farm, wasn't trying to compete, but the big thing that you really care about, obviously, is if you're in a sack a safe lane like that, is that your other cores are ahead, and they are ahead at the moment, and it might be marginal, but it's all going according to plan at the moment.
Well, let's have a look here. Sammy Boy also not having a bad start off to this game. He's just going in straight for a Radiant, so not showing a lot of respect. You know, literally going in for a 5k item just to say, well, if not, why not?
Yeah, that's
You don't normally see a first item.
maybe it's a troll.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Trolling the casters, something that a lot of people do.
I mean, to be fair, he's got a poor man shield up. He's got a magic wand up, so he might be looking at something that he can apply a lot of pressure on very on. I mean, the thing about Radiant Soul is that it does diminish in value as the game progresses. It's a farming item that deals a set, magical amount of damage. So obviously early on it does a huge amount of work for you, and then as the game progresses, less and less valuable. But if you can pick it up in a good time, and he is in fact getting to work on it fairly early on, all things considered, and it could be a good item for him. But a little bit puppy for my liking, to be fair.
Yep. A smoke movement is there. They want to move in onto the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight does have his omelet up, and he's trying to stay alive as long as possible. Unfortunately, his team cannot get to him in time. They are smoked up, and Jakiro, the pings were there, but Jakiro just moves in, doesn't see anything, and they back out.
Right?
Sorry?
It was a pretty curious position for him to be in. I mean...
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he was here alone. Maybe he was farming the enemy jungle? I'm not quite sure.
In the bot lane, and the lane has been pushed up. Sorry, mid lane. They might just go on this Jakiro here.
Yeah, they want to go on the Jakiro, but this is a big dive coming here from Blue Pikachu. I'm not quite sure if it's actually going to be worth it. There is a coconut bouncing through onto quite a lot of them. The problem here, though, is there is a Bloodseeker that just got a double kill. The lower HP you have, the more, the faster he's going to run. He is literally running race car at that point. And that is just from a Razor Plasma Field as well as the Bloodseeker Silence coming up. The Blood
I gotta point out, really, the MVP of that fight was Nushi, who got the really good boulder onto 2. So it actually set up a really easy Blood Right, and the moment that connected, it was just game over. And a really important set of kills for Leviathan.
Well, taking their lead to 3,000, and Whiskey might be in a lot of trouble right now. There's so much damage being drained, and just diving in here is the Earth Spread, getting a good roll as well as a 2-hero Boulder Smash and an ulti coming through as well. But the back out Micro Power is being thrown just to make sure that they do disengage. And Jenkins, he's just doing Nature's Prophet things and split pushing.
Yeah, actually, quite a fair amount of damage onto this tower as well. It's not a particularly important tower at this point.
Oh, there's the rupture onto the Lina right now. Lina's in a lot of trouble. She does not have a TP scroll, but standing still. There's a Nature's Prophet ultimate flying through as well, and yeah, who's gonna get the kill? Sammy boy.
That was hilarious. Sammy just disinterested in playing games, just literally circling his prey, and all the time with Jenkins on the field, you're just gonna get support coming in leaps and bounds as quickly as you need it. So, just avoiding the stun, running circles around. What looks a little bit of a, I'd say Spirit just seemed to be a little diminished. I don't know if you noticed in the previous fight, but the Lina pretty much just, he got ruptured and didn't do anything. Like no right-clicking damage, no attempt to do anything, just like tossed out a very late stun in the end. Like, okay, cool, whatever. So I don't know if he's feeling a little bit down the dumps, but maybe that's the moment when he gets ruptured. He's like, okay, guys, the next plan is for us to do this, and he's just strategizing. But yes, certainly not having a great time up against this Bloodseeker middle.
Yeah. Well, Bloodseeker right now working up towards his Radiant, so he'll be able to do quite a bit of damage with the Blood Rights as well as the Radiance just constantly being pushed out. And it's going to be difficult because if you want to try and kill the Bloodseeker early on, that's just going to leave the Razor to just right-click you to death and tank it up, steal all the damage. If you focus the Razor, then the Bloodseeker is just going to be running around once again, killing you. So it's going to be quite difficult for the side of Blue Pikachu to actually do anything about that. However, oh wait, is this a Atos? Yeah, this is an Atos coming up here for the Razor as well. So that's guaranteed damage up for with a static link as well. Oh no, save running straight into the Jakiro, but yeah, there's the stun coming through as well. Macropie being dropped, also going in on to save. Save trying to heal himself up, and it will be just enough, barely, considering he only has a level 1 Voodoo Restoration.
Oh, the deny in mid lane as well, and into the Bloodseeker.
Scrooge McDuck, though, he might be in a bit of trouble as well. Leviathan Jenkins, Leroy Jenkins, that's his new name. Busy putting out quite a lot of pressure onto the tier 2 tower middle, bottom. I don't know, this game's a very interesting game, funny in a lot of ways. But okay, let's have a quick think here. What can Blue Pikachu do right now to try and come back into this game?
Well, 5k at 60 minutes is concerning, but it's not the end of the world. It's one of those cases where you need to just try and mix things up a bit, right? You don't want to repeat the same process because you're obviously falling behind. So you got to try and find something a little bit different. Now, what we haven't seen a lot of in this game so far is smoke gangs. Now, admittedly, if you look at the lineups, you expect the side with the Bloodseeker and the Nature's Prophet to be the side that's really, really good at getting those pick-offs. But don't underestimate the power of a CK. I mean, if you get a really good stun off and just the sheer amount of damage you can do with Reality Rift into Phantasm could potentially be the setup you need to pick off a big hero and then put yourself a little bit closer into the game. And also, once again, just buy yourself those valuable minutes just to get yourself some objectives of your own, get yourself a little bit of extra farm. So I definitely say that they need to just change things up, but maybe go for a smoke gank, maybe try to find a pick off on that Bloodseeker before. I mean, they wouldn't really know he's going Radiance, would they? No, in fact he does have this Radiant Cup, so
he's 200 gold away from this, so he will have it. There you go, 70 gold left.
Yeah, so if they had had the opportunity a little bit earlier, it would have been great.
Well, there's a roll here. Earth Spirit just jumping straight in and doing a lot of damage onto CK, getting a good boulder smash off onto T Heroes as well. However, they are fighting on top of the shrine. The problem is the Macropire and the Ice Path, burn and fire. You are down. Now they want to go in for more kills at this point. Unfortunately, Omni Knight, he is not even TPing himself out. He can't really do anything right now. He is shielded up, but it's just going to be right clicks needed. BSJ going for the kills, and Save's going to be silenced up. No, not silenced up right now. He does have an ulti, so if he can just turn around, go towards the shrine, I would have thought he would have tried to loop around, go for the shrine, get the ulti down because there was no further silence up. But still, 4 heroes down in exchange for none. This also means a Radiance flying out, and is this going to be the end? Keep in mind, though, it's only 17 minutes, so the respawn timers, I mean, everyone's going to be back in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think if they get the tier 3, they'll be happy. I don't see them sticking around after this. Lina will make this a little bit harder for them as well. But it's probably just a tier 3 and back, or it looks like they're even going to be happy to settle for just the chip damage. Although Jakiro looked for that extra liquid fire and could pay for it. Does get stunned up as well, just 1 second, but should be enough to finish the job, and is. But the counter fight might be on here.
Now, to be honest, Leviathan can still fight this. They do have... Oh, they're probably just going to back play it safe. Jenkins is busy pushing up top, going to draw everyone back again. But AD, he wants to go in further. Of course, he gets used up. And, oh, there's the Yule's... Well, not used up. He gets ruptured up. There's the Yule's dodge. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Earth Spirit rolled in and just kicked him out of the way.
You just get this feeling that there are too many questions that are being asked of Blue Pikachu and not enough answers, because we were talking a little bit about what they can do to change things up a bit, but like what we're seeing in fact is the strategy from Leviathan also evolving, but they're not just repeating the same thing, they're actually adding more issues for Blue Pikachu to deal with. And as you mentioned, like during that little tussle, you get a lot of damage out into the tier 3 in the mid lane, but they've also done about a 50% damage to the tier 3 in the top lane as well, and that's just basically age-old Nature's Prophet play. The team's distracted, let's go get some damage out, and you did a really good job of just picking that time, because, well, half HP on tier 3 is pretty decent work of one little push. And it does so much, right? I mean, we're talking about really basic Dota stuff here, but the reality of the situation is that you're forcing people away from the fight they want to take, and now all of a sudden you have your Lina isolated because somebody has to go deal with his Nature's Prophet. You lose the Lina, and you're back to square one with your Blue Pikachu. So they have to do something else. And once again, I just want to point that they're not using the smoke gangs, and it's the only thing that I think they can do right now that can just start lighting a fire on the players. And
keep in mind, the Leviathan feel they're ahead by a big margin, which they are, 9k gold lead. But this will also mean that Leviathan's going to be pushing out a lot more alone. They're going to be playing a lot more alone, and that is where Blue Pikachu should actually try and contest and try and combat that, to punish them. Because if you have a look, bottom lane, okay, they don't see Jakiro there, but top lane, BSJ is there all alone, everyone else is busy farming up solo. Blue Pikachu should punish this. Of course, they don't know that this is happening, but they should sort of expect this.
There's nothing.
Oh, Lina busy TPing out. Unfortunately, the Ice Pass missed, but there was a Yule Scepter up here from the Jakiro, getting a quick kill, and that's on the Lina. Can't really do much at this point, and I think the rest of Blue Pikachu, they just have to back off. They have to try and either go for a pick off. They can't be farming alone because they will die. They're up against Nature's Prophet. they need to try and go for a quick pick off, and then they have to get back to base. Or they're going to have to try and defend at base. The problem is they don't have a Jakiro, they don't have a Bloodseeker that can clear out the waves. The only hero that they do have, however, is the Lina, and the Lina's dead right now.
Yeah, I mean
But
Lina
only
is
for
one of
15
the
seconds.
better heroes at clearing out waves, but as you mentioned, it doesn't help when she's
When she's
not
dead.
alive.
And I mean,
it feels a little bit too simple for Leviathan right now. Like, this is just case, like, nothing is happening, nothing is coming out of Blue Picture at the moment that really provides any kind of threat. And there is now a smoke up to save, but you just kind of feel like this is getting left too late. Like the change in style, the thing that you can bring in that keeps your opponent guessing isn't being brought in time. And
problem is they're smoking up, but it's too late. Rosh is going to drop from this. I still feel that they have to take the fight. I honestly still feel they have to take the fight. And there's the blink in forward here from Nishai. He does manage to actually catch out 4 heroes there with a boulder and everything. Lina, he's trying to get the kill onto BSJ, but it's not going to be enough. The Macropyre is there, catching out quite a lot of them. AD, he is in so much trouble. He can't move. He's ruptured, standing on top of a Macropyre, and he eventually drops. That's 3 heroes down. And it's just Savvy Boy. He's going crazy. He is beyond godlike, getting a double kill there as well. And Lina disconnected. That's actually a GG coming through here. I have to, though, give props here to Nusha. He managed to get 4 heroes, I think, in that rolling boulder as well as that stun.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I mean, as we said, I just think it's the case that you have a team here that's not really doing, like not asking questions. And in the end, they looked a little unsettled. Like, the Lina DC, I think, was probably a little bit of rage, but it did seem like this was a player who was a little bit tilted. I mean, my apologies if I'm incorrect. I don't want to badmouth somebody who's potentially just, unfortunately enough to get disconnected. Happens to the best of us.
Hey, I got disconnected during game 1.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wasn't tilted.
These kind of things happen, right? But the reality is that it looked like Blue Pikachu weren't really firing at that point, and they looked like they were a team that were outgunned and just out strategized and wanted, like, okay, let's just call this one. And they went out with a bit of a I'd say a right hook, aimed at Leviathan, but Leviathan countered with, I don't know, a Kamehameha or something.
They had to take that fight. Even though Rosh was down, they had to take the fight. They had the high ground. Everyone's seen the meme, Anakin, I have the high ground. It's over. That thing. The problem is, the Earth Spirit blinked forward, got 4 heroes in a roll, got 4 heroes in a boulder smash as well. On top of that, the Jakiro put down an ice path. The Lina was ruptured. She couldn't run anywhere. The Macropyre was put down. The Lina couldn't go anywhere. And the entire fight just fell apart there. MVP there, to be honest, for this game is Earth Spirit. 1, 2, and 17.
Yeah. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent day at the office.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much for joining. My name is Reddit, and joining me was Halbert. This was, of course, none other than the Star League, the Star Ladder I-League Invitational. Congratulations to Leviathan for taking 2 games off Blue Pikachu. They progress through to the next round in the lower bracket. Thanks so much for tuning. Thanks so much for joining in, guys. And congratulations to BSJ and all of the fans on Twitch chat going crazy right now because of the win. I'll see you guys when I see you. Not quite sure when I'm casting again, but big ups for sticking around, and thanks for all the support, guys. You guys have been awesome. Halbert, any final thoughts before we listen to some chill jams and you go to bed? Because it's very early. It's 5 a.m. in the morning for you.
Yeah, just one really important thing. I just want to remind everyone that although Blue Pikachu lost this one, like, Ash Ketchum has still not won the Pokemon League. So, there's still time for Blue Pikachu.
Okay, on that note, guys, I'm muting Halbert right now. And we'll see you guys later. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.